My synchronicities are ramped up so high. I don't write them down, and I don't document as soon as everything happens, so I tend to forget. But here's some things I can remember from yesterday. I'm downstairs in my apartment, and I'm telling Lily Rose we're going to go to the Home Hardware, and I need a broom. Every witch needs a new broom for a new home. I need hooks for the wall, and I must get some lights for over my fireplace, gas fireplace. There are red lights, and I want green. And I know G above can't hear me. And at the door, I can hear a knock, and he says, Mike. So I go to the door, and he's on the phone, and he has a Home Hardware flyer in his hand. And he says, Mike, tell the boy on the phone what color lights you want. And I'm like, what? And he's like, I'm getting the lights for you. Because I told him I will switch the colors. I don't want the red in the living room. 2 weeks ago. Or a week ago. Or was it yesterday? No, it wasn't. I hadn't talked to him yet. And so I tell the boy on the phone, I want 2 green lights and 1 blue. Yada, 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 finishes on the phone. And I say, gee, I'm actually on my way to Home Hardware right now. And he's like, oh, good. Could you pick up my other stuff and go to KFC for me? Sure, dude. I'm trying to just balance and breathe. So we're on the way to the Home Hardware. And I always ask Lily and give her choices as well and help her guide me. I says, do we go to the Home Hardware first and the thrift shop, or should we go to KFC first? Because G has said it doesn't matter if it's cold, he's going to warm it up anyways. She says, let's do the loop like we usually do. We'll go to what, in a circle, instead of going and backtracking. Okay. She gets it. We do this. So the first thing we do before we go into the Home Hardware is go into the thrift shop. Lots of stuff happened in there. But the only thing I'm going to share is I was looking for emerald green everywhere, and although my eye was attracted to certain things, it was never something that was for me. But when I was waiting for my turn at the cash register, a man came behind me, and he was speaking with his son, and I just turned around and looked, and around his neck was a handmade beaded medallion. It was about like this big. And it was the most electric, beautiful, shiny emerald green. And within the emerald green was the colors of the 4 directions, but also there was blue. And I waited till he stopped talking to his son, and I said, wow, that is so beautiful. Did you make it? And as I asked that, I knew it wasn't him, but I always give the respect to anyone that it could be them, even if, even if I knew. And he said, no, my wife made this, just as I knew he was going to say. And as he was speaking, I could hear what he was going to say before he said it. And he said, she started it one day sitting by the window and just let it come out of her. And as he said that, I saw myself sitting beside a fire, a real fireplace, and my dude watching me do something that flows from me. So like my future, like boom. Like the way he said he watched his wife and the admiration in his eyes and solid, just proudness of her flashed me to my future of that person that will have that feeling for me. Hard to describe. I don't know. Am I making sense? It was really cool. And that's something that I've never had. I started beating with my ex, and he was always jealous when I fell into my, trance state and just flowed. He didn't like that. So I've never had somebody watch me in admiration. I've only had like, are you done yet? Or could you stop? Or come over here and be with me and all that fucking shit. And a jealousy that I can just sit there for hours in a trance mode and create something. And I know that was all meant to be, and it was to blah, 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 but that feeling of the future and having someone who actually understands and respects and admires that you can be, two individuals in the same fucking room and let someone have their, creativity and not try to grab a piece of it. I don't know. Anyways, it was really cool because the artwork was amazing. And that he shared the story with me and some more random things after. It was just like, wow. It was really cool. Anyways, fast forward to doing a bunch of other shit and then going to KFC. Which, even though I talk about fast food, is not somewhere that I go. I was sent there. But it kind of ties into my video yesterday of when we go places, the energy exchange that is meant to be. So I'm ordering this KFC stuff that I have no idea, and the dude is asking me, like, do you want blah with this or blah? And I'm like, he just said he wanted 3-piece meal with gravy, no coleslaw, like, whatever else, like, I have no fucking clue. And I'm just here to get fucking 3 pieces of chicken. Do you want upsized fries? Well, fuck, I don't know. He didn't say, so no. And just, blah. There's so many questions when you order stuff. And I wasn't frustrated or anything, but it was just like, this is what I want, and the rest, like, if it comes with it, stick it in there. I don't fucking care. Anyways, so as he's asking me questions, as I always do when people have their names on them when they're working, like whether it be a tag or integrated into their shirt, I always look at that. And I'm like, he's telling me how much it is, and I'm just looking at him and like, is your name really Scotland? Like, seriously, this dude's name was Scotland. Not Scott, Scotland. And I guess he's had this, reaction before, and most people, when they don't, have never seen me, think that I'm like fucking either laughing at them or just like, whatever. I'm kind of a fucking freak. And meanwhile, I'm like, that is so fucking cool. That is so fucking cool. Like, your name is so fucking cool. Again, he, He looks at me, he's like, well, if you Google it, you'll probably get the weather in Scotland. And kind of, I don't know if this is his line when people think his name is like different, but for me, I was like, yeah, I never would have thought of that. I just think you have a cool fucking name. And he's finally realizing that I'm not laughing at him, that I think it really is cool. So at this moment, I'm like giving him the money, and he's taking it, and I says, like, what's your last name? May. So his full name, well, I didn't ask for the middle names because I was already like kind of vibing and like, whoa, about just the Scotland May. How fucking cool is that? So meanwhile, he's giving me a cup, and I'm like, oh, I didn't realize a drink came with it because I wasn't listening to shit of what he was saying, asking me questions, just telling him what I wanted for the dude, for G above. And so I go fill the cup with 7-Up. And when the cup's on the counter and we're just kind of like, killing time, Lily Rose looks at the cup and she's like, oh, you look like that dude, Colonel Sanders. She's telling me I look like. I don't know why. And I'm like, oh, thanks. I remember when he died. I was really sad. I was in BC at the time. And that's another story. But so the dude, Scotland May, looks at me. He's like, you look really young to have gray hair. I was like, well, actually, I'm 50. And he's like, and Lily Rose is like, you're not 50, you're 47. I'm like, I like saying 50 better. I'm 50. And anyways, it just became this like weird ass fucking thing that usually happens when I'm somewhere, but it was neat. I don't know. So many other things. As I was driving home, my eye attracted to Lancelot, not as a human or the person, but just this sink that I have that I've only seen like 3 times. Even if I know it's there, I don't look for it again. And Lancelot, and then the emerald, I forget if it was street or palace or whatever. It was a building or something, I don't remember. And just everything was just like boop, 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 boop. Yeah, I'm like, so many other things. So many. I can't even, I just can't even, I would just be yapping like fucking forever. And it's today now, not yesterday, so who fucking cares? But the other thing that stands out is last night, Melissa, Thoughts and Perceptions Out Loud, say the name of her channel in case, anyone else is guided that hasn't been there yet. Melissa, in a comment, says to me, oh, I love the use of your evil eye. And I was like, holy fuck. This is the thing about me, is that I consciously, since so long, have made sure that I don't see my synchronicities too fast, because when you're born knowing and you just always knew, then the survival tactics that we all choose for ourselves to get to those visions and synchronicities, my way has always been to just, like put aside, burn things to make sure I don't remember. And it was like, boom, like, holy fuck, how could I not remember that I have an evil eye, like, from Turkey, like, literally. And this is where I fell into a tizzy, because I started looking for my evil eye that is from Turkey, and I can't fucking find it. So one part of me is like, Baha, you're such a clutterbug, you lost your fucking evil eye. And the other part of me is like, shh, I'll find it, it's somewhere, like, don't fucking get me down, And I'm like going through this like loopy 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 thing of that being hard on myself, because although I wish I was like this really organized like person, I am like fucking all over the fucking place. If I don't keep things out in the open, then I won't use them, forget I have them for whatever amount of time at a time. So I'm not like this Miss Feng Shui person, even if I'm not. And then I get hard on myself because I'm not, like all like organized and everything in the same spot. And yeah, so last night was really a weird, like, I'm just me, I can't be anyone else but me, but holy fuck, you lose everything. You don't give a fuck about your stuff. But I do give a fuck. I just don't keep it the way other people do. But I do. And anyways, it was like, and it's still inside me because now it's this morning and I'm still like, half of me is saying, if you've lost it, then whoever finds your green and black witch sock with an evil eye in it, lapis lazuli, and labradorite, my 3 like preciousest like fucking stuff, then whoever will find it will be like really happy. And the other half is like, what the fuck? The last time I saw it, my sock, I had rolled it up, put it beside me in like the car to make sure it was always beside me. Always. That I wouldn't like lose it, that I wouldn't forget where it was. But then I see myself taking it out of there. And even if I've gone through like everything, I can't find it. And again, really the only important thing is that I finally remembered that I had it. So that connects me even more to Turkey, Melissa, synchronicities than I even thought. And that whole detachment thing. And the like, let it be. If I have it, when I finally fucking get around to finishing everything I need to just put away, I'll find it. If it fell somewhere, then it is somewhere else. That's it. Anyways. I said in a comment the other day, 2 nights ago, to Guiding Delight, I said specifically, I don't remember word for word, that there's only a thin veil left over my eyes and I'm keeping it on consciously because if I open my Pandora's box too fast, then I get like just like I want this now, I want this now, I want this now, and that's like not the way that things can always be. Fuck, I don't know how anyone listens to me. I make no fucking sense to myself. But encoded in not making sense to myself, there's some shit in there, right? Yeah, and I even on purpose put this here to try and be more clear. Obviously, that is not working. Do you guys remember this when I found it in June? I think it was. I just bought it at a thrift shop. It's just glass. But it's still magical. It's really cool. See through it. When I was in Cape Breton, I don't know, have I told this before? Sometimes it's weird because I think I talk so much in my head that I can't remember if I've made a video about it and it's uploaded, or if I just thought of making a video, or if it actually is reaching the people that I think about, And that's one thing that in one chat we have that we're noticing all the chitter and the things that we're hearing that sounds like a background TV, and we're not fully aware of like the 100% words. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry if I'm chittering too much. Tell me to shut up. I don't consciously go into anyone. I need you guys to know that. But when I think about you, I'm not trying to get into anybody's head. That's just fucking rude. But when I think about you, depending on your power, I know you feel it. And those validations of actually knowing who hears me have not come in yet. You know, everybody has their pace of reaching out. And you can jump up and down on the sidelines saying, like, I'm ready, talk to me, talk to me. And, you know, it'll happen when it happens, right? Yeah, so this one time in Cape Breton, me and Lily Rose and I were at a picnic table with Steve, the dude from the inn. I've never told that story yet, where I was going to live, work, stay, and ended up not doing that. But that's another story. We were having like just a poutine picnic, just one big poutine, fucking sharing, the three of us, and two children came along that were so magical that I actually took out my green glass, is what I'll call it, because that's what it is, and had them make wishes with it. It was really cool. It's really cool. Anyways, I'm done for now. Have a good